Hi all, welcome to race number 12 of the Legend Racing My Team career. We start off with a contract adjustment. So career we are going to decide to cut our losses with. He's just kind of not done it for us. Aitken and De Vries for the main two to obviously go for. So De Vries is probably going to be the man we're going to go for. We'll start off probably the 2 mil contract. We might have to go say a tad up, like say 2.15 or something. I think it's like 2.1, 2.15 or whatever. So first negotiations might not go to plan. I won't possibly show it all, but yeah, no, De Vries definitely looks the man to go for. Correa's just not really done it for us, but I have faith in De Vries to kind of give him the time. Hopefully a good second half. I was hoping to stick with one season with Correa, but it's just not been going for us at all really, which is a bit of a shame really. So we'll start with the medium, send that offer in. If it doesn't go to plan, obviously we will. So yeah, it's got declined. You have to give it a bit of time. You can then put you give it like a day or whatever, and you just put the second bid in. As you can see as well, everyone's developing quite nicely. Correa's just not really developed, and I feel De Vries, give him half a season and then put a driver camp into him or whatever, I think could really make him a pretty nice driver. He'd feel like the car, I think, with a bit of potential on him, would definitely put him up there. But we'll obviously have to kind of work on our bits and bobs around the team as well, just to kind of improve elements within the team. So obviously if we get, because the contract renewal is when it is, if we obviously get success with it, then right away he's getting a minor improvement on him. I'm trying to think what I should really go for like a second. I think that'll do us. That ticks all the boxes.
I think we could
so
better manage our
Correa,
time
we're
by
not going to renew his
organising
contract.
team activities.
It's a bit of a shame really, but it is what it is. Aitken for me just kind of ticks all the boxes. Obviously offer him just a significant amount more. Willing to take the chance. And so 2.16 million, that's fine by me. We get him for the rest of the season, so that'll be fine. And hopefully we can get a car up to scratch for him that performs enough to get him a point at least. It's unfortunate obviously, but that is what it is. Obviously we have an invitational event as well, so that'll help with claim and money. Should be fairly straightforward for what I've seen so far from the invitational event, which it is, even though it's a vintage McLaren. And you've got two, everyone's time is different depending on the difficulty I've seen. I think the lowest I've seen is 2 minutes 15 I think, and I think it's 2:25, 2:35 is the general level difficulties I think. So we're 2:25, which is actually very straightforward because Suzuka's short is roughly about 40 seconds a lap, I think, 35-40 seconds a lap, depending how good you are. So it's not too difficult really. So easy money, easy acclaim, that's the way I'm looking at it. Making back some good spend already all in what we've just put into De Vries. But Suzuka, when we come to it, will be fairly straightforward, I'd imagine. Also as well with this challenge, it's just most likely of just getting actually around the track, just keeping to the lines. It's not very difficult, just a case of take your time. The only time you really find it difficult is this section here. It's very easy to muck it up, I will not deny. but obviously it comes down to everyone's kind of like driving style. But it's fairly straightforward, it's nothing too difficult at all, it's just a case of just get round, and it literally, as long as you don't make it, it's just literally as long as you don't really do anything silly, it's not really this is probably an easy challenge to do. So you may make a bit of a muck up there, but because it was the last lap, I thought I'd take the chance. Well, all in all, fairly straightforward. Done and dusted despite the minor hiccups, but as I said, you shouldn't find it too strenuous to kind of deal with, and you should be passed fairly straightforwardly. So into qualifying for the British Grand Prix, we did quite a lot of practice laps, just kind of working on setups, and mainly because Silverstone is one of these tracks that I am absolutely inconsistent with. Sometimes I am really fluid and really consistent. Sometimes I am absolutely hopeless. Either even racing around or breaking points or whatever. I'm very inconsistent. I can be inconsistent in that way. What I was noticing in practice as well, we were also changing the difficulty quite a bit, so generally staying around 80s and 90s just to kind of keep competitive, but also not go too high, but at the point where we're like, yeah, we ain't going to stand a chance, but at the same time we're like competitive enough. I think we've nailed the levels down again, all the changes that kind of happen to the car and the game in general. And so yeah, for us, for me realistically, as long as I can make Q2, I'm happy, but at the same time, because the rain is expected for race day, I will quite happily just bite the bullet and just like come back to the grid and back to the grid. But I'll see how this kind of qualifying is really not looking very fluid. Pretty all over the place fluid. And come over the start finish line, not looking too great pace or time. But I'll try and grind out a second lap anyway. Fuel obviously being a big factor, so if we can improve on it, fair play. But I would say looking at time at the moment, I don't think it's going to hold up very long. I think that's what PC could be actually moving around quicker than potentially. Like the PC and Russell could generally run quicker than what we drove there. And when you're driving that short on the road, it kind of shows we went from being a strong green into the reds. Definitely not looking great now. But a lot of work to do. We're going back in, so as long as we can stay green for second sector, it's a different matter. Yes, we do. That's fine. So we're seeing improvements marginally, but I don't think it's big enough to get us into Q2 if I'm honest. Not the way it's looking anyway. But we're pushing as hard as we can. I'll be honest, if we hadn't made mistakes, I genuinely think we would have been fine. We've just made way too many mistakes and it's going to came back to bite us. We've got improved time, but it wasn't enough in the end. Like, we tried a third lap and that was no better. We actually finished 21st on the grid. The Vries just ahead of us. So yeah, that kind of sums up. Like, we had clear interviews after practice, and like we spoke about just trying to work on everything, but also for after qualifying she obviously wanted to speak to us again. And to be honest, the Vries was just more consistent, we were just hopeless. We just genuinely were all over the place, not fluid enough, too many silly mistakes, and it cost us really, so it's our own fault. So we've just got to hope and pray that we can have a good race day. So 1 and 2, so it puts us to 12-9 for the rivalry, so it's certainly getting tight between me and Ricardo. Brady could play quite a big part in this. I think, looking at it, we have to often pray maybe Ricardo retires or gets involved in a collision at some point. Sounds nasty to say, but to get ahead of him. So, as you can see, very wet race day, and we'll see how this one progresses. And so we'll have no DRS to factor in, so it's just more a case of having the right kind of setup, but also usually in the wet we do generally quite well. We've noticed that in the past so far we've been able to make up some good ground on the AI, and the consensus is as well the AI is usually not as fluid in the wet, so we'll see what happens and hopefully get a good start and go from there, but there'll be a lot of work from the back of the grid.
With the race minutes away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, and it's Valtteri Bottas that completes the front row. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Leclerc, Vettel, Max Verstappen and Sainz, Ricciardo, Norris, Perez and Esteban Ocon, Stroll, Albon, Kevin Magnussen and Raikkonen, Grosjean, Giovinazzi, Pierre Gasly and Daniel Kvyat, Russell, De Vries, Graham and Nicholas Latifi. Now, it's almost time for lights out.
So the big kind of thing really for strategy is just staying out. Obviously not going to get having to go into the pits on intermediates, so it's just a case of fuel management being the main element. But yeah, we'll see how this race pans out for us. It's not going to be easy. We've got to be smart with everything regardless tyre and fuel management. But 5 lights and we are off. Slow start from a few in front, so we get down inside here, try and get a few spaces if we can. Try not cause collisions, but we've made some. I'll go with that. Good. Oh, can we? Oh, we're right in the middle. Could have been raced over right away. Jeez, oh, you can't even see what's going on. We'll try to batter lumps at you. Luckily no damage to the car, so I'll just get out of here and settle down for the rest of the race, because I don't think I will be doing very much more hereafter. I think it's just a case of sit tight and just kind of accept where we are, because I don't see us doing much more, because Albon and the others, they look like they'll have decent pace. So looks like it's just settle in the midfield, maintain the fuel, maintain the tyres and just take it from there really. If anything exciting happens, I'm sure it will happen, but yeah, I don't think we'll be catching these guys up. I don't feel we have the pace in the wet. Looking at it, we've done our work for the first lap and that's pretty much us. We're getting in the nitty-gritty, and still we've got an outside chance of a improved finish, and I don't know how really, because Albon's passed us again. Yeah, this is not going to end well for one of us, I think, because my ERS has failed for about the 22nd time. But yeah, that was an outside chance at 10th. Just got to be smart here. Got to be smart. No, 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 no. Locked up. Yeah, that's... held the place for as long as it could. But yeah, when you've got your damaged front wing, it's never going to hold. Fuel's running ridiculously low, we're all over the place, we're like Bambi on ice. Have we even got enough? Do we actually have enough fuel to see us to the end? That's going to be the question. Pressured now by Raikkonen, who were forced just off us just enough. But coming to the last few bends, as I said, could have done better maybe in the end, but it is what it is. Final bend, oh yellow flag, we've run out of fuel. We've run out of fuel. Oh my god. 15th in the end. 15th, ran out of fuel right on the final bend. Could have been worse, I suppose. Could have been worse. All in all though, I am not going to be too disgruntled because it's no real difference. 13th to 15th. Finished. Wasn't the best race from us. We were steady. And we just dust ourselves down and got on with the next race from there. But another win for Hamilton, and we just kind of get on with it from there. But yeah, nah, it was always going to be hard, it was never going to be easy regardless, but fair play to Hamilton. We just didn't do enough over the weekend to even merit points, so we're all living a bad weekend I suppose. But all in all, definite scope for improvement, but I knew when it came to all, Silverstone and Hungary would be the two tracks where I wouldn't be performing. Like Hungary, I know when I come to it, I know I'm going to be struggling. Like, I'll maybe be what we need is hopefully a good qualifying session when it comes. If I've got a good qualifying session, I've got a half a chance. But we'll see what happens when the time comes, obviously. So hopefully you enjoyed this, folks, through this race. So smash likes always, comment down below how my team's been going for, and hopefully the race proves a shrewd adjustment. And I will catch you all later, folks, for another race in due course as we go to Hungary. In the Constructors' Championship, Mercedes continue to extend